Matt Sundin did not hesitate when asked which opponent pushed the Toronto Maple Leafs the hardest during his time in the league. For him, one team stood above the rest. The New Jersey Devils were the benchmark, the measuring stick, and the obstacle that Toronto could never fully solve when it mattered most. Whether it was a regular season matchup or a high-stakes playoff series, Sundin made it clear that New Jersey brought a level of difficulty that few teams could match. The Devils were built to win, and they proved it repeatedly. Their success stretched across multiple seasons, and their presence alone forced other Eastern Conference teams to constantly adjust just to keep pace. Toronto felt that pressure directly. During Sundin's prime, the Maple Leafs front office went all in, adding experienced veterans and depth pieces designed specifically to survive deep playoff runs. The goal was clear: get past teams like New Jersey and contend for the Stanley Cup. What made the Devils so frustrating was their identity. They were structured, disciplined, and relentless. Sundin described them as a complete team that never gave opponents easy ice. Their system slowed games down, clogged passing lanes, and punished mistakes. In the playoffs, where space disappears and patience becomes everything, that style became suffocating. Toronto ran into New Jersey in consecutive postseason series, and each time the margin was razor-thin. Games were tight, physical, and often decided late. The Leafs pushed them to the brink, but the Devils always found a way through. Those series left a lasting impression on Sundin, not just because of the losses, but because of how difficult every shift felt. Part of that difficulty came from New Jersey's legendary defensive core. Scott Stevens brought intimidation and control. Forwards knew every touch came with a price. Alongside him, Scott Niedermayer added speed, vision, and offensive instincts from the back end. Sundin highlighted how rare and effective that pairing was, combining brute force with elite skating and puck movement. It was the kind of balance that shut down stars and flipped momentum in seconds. And even if a team managed to break through that defense, there was still one final problem waiting: Martin Brodeur. Sundin made it clear that scoring did not get easier once you beat the defense. Brodeur's presence erased mistakes and crushed momentum. Knowing he was behind Stevens and Niedermayer made the Devils even more difficult to attack with confidence. Looking back, Sundin's respect is obvious. Those Devils teams were not just opponents. They were a standard of excellence. For Toronto, they represented how close the Leafs were, and how small the gap can feel when championships are decided by structure, patience, and execution under pressure.